Hello everyone and welcome to May B&B 724 YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. The twisted revenge plot of Luna's explosive exit revealed? Luna Nozawa, a psychopath who is out for vengeance on Bold and the Beautiful, is tricked this week. And the fact that she fell for it enrages her. Soon, she will be running. However, she might cause chaos on her way out of Los Angeles. Even though Lisa Yamada may be discovered and end her life in a blaze of glory, we're going to discuss some of the ways she can exact her retribution. Who is Luna's last target in her twisted revenge game? Thus, I simply do not believe that Luna will die alone. But who is the object of her last, perverse act of retaliation? At this point, Luna is certain that Steffy Forrester is the cause of her breakup with her father Finn, and she wants to hold Steffy accountable. However, before Luna got into trouble, her grandmother, Sheila Carter, tried to persuade her to accept the rejection and leave town. Luna, however, would have none of it. She also essentially made the decision to kill Steffy. She purchased a firearm from a dubious individual. At the shooting range, Luna practiced shooting Steffy's image. It's alarming that Remy Price even helped her improve her shooting skills. Hayes at risk. Luna's scheme to reprimand Steffy. Then we don't see the gun, you know. Then abruptly, Luna turns her attention to Hayes Forrester, her younger brother. She wants Steffy to experience the anguish of being away from her child. Luna gave Hayes Forrester an origami while she was skulking outside his summer art school and conversing with him. Luna even organized a lesson to be taught there. It appears that Steffy is still planning to punish herself by kidnapping Hayes Forrester. The scene, Steffy, Finn, and the LAPD's Luna honey trap. However, with some assistance from Lapped Chief Baker, Luna Nozawa is unaware that she is being set up by Finn, Steffy Forrester, Will Spencer, and Electra Forrester. Thus, they intend to use Will as a lure. In an attempt to get Luna to confess to a crime she is planning or has already committed, he will set up a honey trap to capture it on tape and camera. Will be wearing a wire to try to persuade Luna to confess that she wants to hurt Steffy or do anything else horrible. Thus, when her grandmother Sheila Carter was present, Luna texted Will, and when Will texted her back, Luna was ecstatic. He informed Luna that he wanted to view Luna's tattoos after splitting with Electra. Naturally, she texted Will's address because she was so happy. Sheila Carter, however, was taken aback by this and will alert Luna about it. And I wonder if this is the moment when Sheila tells Luna that his father, Bill Spencer, got me on covert camera and did me a lot of dirty work. She ought to inform her, you know, because this makes Sheila's spidey senses tingle. Will's dangerous step, going inside Luna's apartment wired. Deputy Chief Baker was working on a warrant when Will Spencer went to Luna Nozawa's flat. Since Luna hasn't violated any laws that anyone is aware of, I'm not sure what justifications they would make. You know, this isn't like that Tom Cruise film Minority Report, where you might be arrested for future offenses. Thus, it appears that Baker is granted the warrant. Since they are attaching a wire to Will and transmitting it, his problem is that he believes Bill Spencer is to blame for obtaining her pardon. Will therefore feels compelled to tidy it up. However, it only makes me think of the FBI, Ridge Forrester, and Bill Spencer incident where they were recording Sheila Carter. You know, it was thrown out of court. Will Luna go away in a flash of glory after her discovery? When Luna Nozawa learns that Will Spencer ended his relationship with Electra Forrester and shows up for what she hopes is a booty call, she is both ecstatic and shocked. Will is also trying not to go too far when he kisses Luna. However, something will change after that. Will may have too many questions. Luna makes an impossible attempt to remove his shirt, because the wire appears to be taped to him. In any case, Luna will discover that she has been set up, and that is what truly irritates her this week. By the end of the week, Sheila Carter's granddaughter is on the run, according to official B&B spoilers. I therefore question if she really spoke to him before realizing what was going on. However, I'm merely curious if Luna would depart Los Angeles in a blaze of glory and commit some heinous acts to hurt her adversaries en route. Perhaps. Something Luna would do, I suppose. You know, I can't imagine her leaving gently. She strikes me as more of a go-out with a bang kind of crazy. Bold and the Beautiful. Potential victims in Luna's path: Steffy, Hayes, Will, and Electra. I think it will be a big show whether Luna Nozawa leaves in a body bag or handcuffs. And I do believe that Luna's main goal might be Steffy Forrester, because she holds her responsible for Finn's rejection of her as her father. Thus, Luna may abduct Steffy or hurt her in some way. You know, once Luna does anything to her, she might disappear, be thought to be dead, get hurt, and go into a coma. We are aware that Jacqueline will shortly be taking maternity leave. Lisa Yamada is naturally leaving for another assignment as she prepares to give birth to her 5th child. In order to explain why Steffy is off-screen while Jackie is away giving birth and recovering, Jackie and Lisa might leave together. Additionally, Luna might still pursue Hayes Forrester before she leaves town. Luna is adamant about punishing Steffy. Additionally, as you recall, Luna claims that Steffy must understand what it's like for a parent to be removed from their child. Bold and the Beautiful. Will Hout. Hayes Hout. Her brother is Hayes Forrester, of course. Therefore, Luna might decide to take her son Hayes Forrester away from Steffy rather than hurting her physically. Alternatively, Luna might use Hayes Forrester as bait to trick Steffy into falling into a trap so she could capture her. It's also possible that Will Spencer will sustain an injury. He is approaching Luna directly into the lion's den, placing himself in danger, and attempting to coerce her into making an audio and video confession of a crime she has committed or intends to commit. Luna may knock Will unconscious, seriously injure him, hit him over the head with anything, tie him up, gag him, or even push him into the closet or the trunk of her car after she discovers that Will is attempting to set her up. He's a large guy, after all. However, they have done similar things in the past without describing how the women were able to move it. You know, I recall the time Quinn Fuller took Liam Spencer somewhere. How is she going to carry him, I wonder? Electra on the roster. Bold and the Beautiful. In any case, it's possible that Luna chooses to leave town and just take Will with her in order to get even with him for attempting to deceive her and to get even with Bill Spencer by stealing his son. Additionally, there's a potential that Electra Forrester might sustain injuries in a last confrontation with Luna. According to B&B teasers, Electra freaked out when she saw Luna swarming Will on the covert camera. As a result, Electra might lose her temper, dash to Luna's flat, and start a fight. Additionally, I believe Electra is capable of competing with Luna. However, the granddaughter of Sheila Carter is a convicted double murderer who carries a pistol. Luna might end up injuring Electra on her way out of Los Angeles. Therefore, I'm betting she would eventually gain the upper hand. Steffy, Finn, and Will would then feel bad about sitting there and participating in this whole scheme to try to coerce Luna into confessing so that it could be recorded. They might also feel accountable, particularly if it results in harm to someone they care about. Poppy at risk. Luna's resentment of her mother. However, Luna Nozawa's poop list also includes another individual. And her own mother is that. Even though we now know that she hates her mother, Poppy Nozawa, Luna continues to hold Poppy responsible for ruining her life. Luna might wish to confront her mother about her awful childhood, but primarily for depriving her of the connection she may have had with her father by keeping the fact that he was Finn a secret for so long. To be fair, I do believe that if Finn had been permitted to be in Luna's life, her life would have been very different. She would not have ended up this way, in my opinion. Naturally, that implies that Finn would not have developed as he did, which is fantastic. Nevertheless, Luna still harbors resentment for Poppy, and we are aware of its severity, because Luna was arranging for Poppy to be imprisoned for life for the 2 murders of Hollis and Tom Fisher, also known as Tom Callahan. Luna may therefore choose to make Poppy pay for destroying her life by seriously hurting her on her way out of town. I mean, you never know what will happen with Luna. However, I think her departure will be nothing short of spectacular. We'll have to wait and see. However, I anticipate that this week will be crazy. There are exits and then there are infernos. Luna Nozawa's final song on The Bold and the Beautiful won't be a dramatic heartache or even a peaceful stroll into the sunset. No, Lisa Yamada's fiercely unpredictable character Luna is ready to blow up every bridge, break every relationship, and burn away any remaining semblance of sanity before she permanently leaves Los Angeles. What started out as a desire for family has now transformed into a sinister, terrible need for retribution. Additionally, as her departure draws near, the authors are setting the stage for a conflagration that may have long-term effects on the Spencer, Nozawa, and Forrester families. Luna Nozawa is a woman who is unraveling this week. She was formerly Puppy Nozawa's intelligent, seemingly innocent daughter, but now she is a spiteful, emotionally unstable force who is desperate to make anyone, pay after being betrayed. Luna has completely fallen into darkness, from murderous ideas to the kidnapping of children. She isn't silently giving up when the walls around her. She intends to die with a final symphony of devastation, blood, and rage. Luna's transformation, from disowned daughter to perilous outcast. When Dr. John Finnegan, the man Luna yearned to call father, rejected her, it was the tipping point for Luna. Steffy Forrester's declaration that Luna will never be a member of their family crushed her hopes of regaining a lost childhood, finding a father's love, and repairing her family. Something deadly exploded inside her with that last hit. Unforgiving by nature, Luna then targeted Steffy, whom she now views as the guardian of all her desires. It was the ultimate act of desertion, with Finn rejecting Luna and supporting Steffy. Whatever remained of Luna's brittle hold on reality was shattered when the man she thought would transform her life picked his wife over his daughter. She was tired of crying in the dark and planning small-scale sabotage. Luna purchased a firearm. She visited a range for shooting. She used Steffy's face as a target for her practice. This anger wasn't metaphorical. The preparation was methodical. Luna began stalking Hayes Forrester's art school, grinning sweetly at her half-brother while harboring evil intentions, as if that weren't unsettling enough. Her perverse notion of punishment is obvious. Have Steffy experienced the pain of losing a child in the same way that Luna experienced the loss of her father? In Luna's broken psyche, kidnapping Hayes is poetic justice rather than merely retaliation. She doesn't consider herself a bad guy. As the wronged daughter who was pushed too far, she sees herself as the victim. Lapped? Will. And the honey trap scheme. The trap is set. Luna is unaware that the net is already getting tighter. Behind her back, Deputy Chief Baker and the Lapt are collaborating with Finn, Steffy, Electra Forrester, and Will Spencer. They have come up with a scheme to trick Luna into disclosing her own illegal activities. What about the bait? Will Spencer himself, as the lustful ex-boyfriend who wants her back out of the blue. Desperate to think that someone is finally picking her, Luna is blinded by love and falls for it. In a playful nod to their past romance, she texts Will with joy, happy that he seems to have broken up with Electra, and requests to see her tattoos. Unaware that Will is wired and prepared to record every word she says that could be used against her, she invites him over. However, Sheila Carter, who is always perceptive, alerts Luna that something doesn't feel right. Considering her personal past of being captured on camera, she has her doubts. She is aware of the warning signs, but Luna, who is impulsive and hot-headed, ignores them. Will is taking a risk as he enters Luna's flat. In the hopes that Luna won't notice the wire under his shirt, he is heading straight into the storm. Luna, however, is not a fool. When she tries to undress Will, she observes his strange behavior, including his cautious distance, awkward kiss, and subtle hesitancy. There is a problem. Everything devolves into mayhem the instant she recognizes that she is being set up. Luna's rage ignites with a snap, crackle, boom. The idea of someone who has nothing to lose is innately frightening. Luna is now deranged, enraged, and in a tight spot. Her mind doesn't collapse when she learns about the wire, the sting operation, and how individuals she previously trusted tricked her into falling into a trap. Instead, it blows up. You can't go back. Steffy is no longer the only target of her perverse revenge scheme. It concerns everyone who attempted to confine her, play with her, or control her. Steffy, Finn, Will, Electra, and even her own mother, Poppy, are on the list, which is getting longer by the second. Additionally, they are all in the path of fire. Does Luna come clean before she realizes? The question is that they may have legal grounds to arrest Will if enough is captured on camera. However, if Luna learns too soon, she may use violence to thwart justice. There's already a gun in play. Her mental health is getting worse every hour. The likelihood of a violent eruption is not merely conjecture, it is a sign of things to come. Will in danger, a hero or prisoner? Let's take a moment to discuss Will Spencer. He's undoubtedly bold, but he's also completely over his head. It's not for the weak of heart to try to ensnare a lady like Luna, who is already armed, suspicious, and extremely emotional. Will may become more than just collateral damage when Luna finds the wire. He might end up as a victim, a hostage, or a negotiating chip. Could Luna, in a scene hauntingly similar to Quinn Fuller's kidnapping days, knock him unconscious, bind him, and throw him into the trunk of her car? Absolutely feasible. In a mistaken attempt to exact revenge on his father, Bill Spencer, for granting her that notorious pardon, may she bring Will along? Of course. The whole Spencer and Forrester family will go into a frenzy if Will goes missing, and they will feel terrible about planning the sting. Hayes Forrester, a youngster targeted by Luna. However, Luna's fascination with Hayes continues to be the most unsettling element of this bizarre puzzle. The worst shadow over this story is her scheme to kidnap him, or worse, use him to punish Steffy emotionally. His school is already open to her. He's already heard from her. She has also positioned herself as a personable figure. It is enough to make her incredibly deadly. In order to harm Steffy or to protect the only person she considers family, Luna may try to take Hayes if she can get near to him once more. The horror of it is that Luna believed that this might be a rescue rather than a crime. Delusional love and misplaced retaliation combine to create the ideal storm. Additionally, Hayes' disappearance could be the reason for Steffy's brief departure from the canvas given Jacqueline McInnes Wood's impending maternity leave. Electra Forrester, battle or give up. Electra is seeing all of this happen on hidden camera footage in the meantime. Something primeval is triggered in her as she witnesses Luna flirting with Will. She is enraged, disgusted, and prepared to take on the insane ex. An explosive altercation could break out as Electra rushes to Luna's flat in a fit of wrath. Even though Electra is fierce, a skilled gun-wielding killer is too strong for her. Luna won't think twice if she feels threatened. In the crossfire, Electra might be shot, rendered unconscious, or worse, killed. Additionally, this could be a plot device to write out many characters in a single fiery crescendo, as Lisa Yamada and Jacqueline McInnes are both taking time off. Would you remember Poppy Nozawa? Next up comes Poppy, Luna's mother and the original custodian of the paternity secret that initiated this whole plot. Luna despises her, hates her, and has attempted to set her up for murder already. That resentment still exists. In reality, it's only festered. Luna believes that Poppy, the lady who denied her a father and a typical existence, is the cause of her misery. Don't be shocked if Luna, determined to exact revenge, makes one last trip at her mother's flat before heading out of town. Emotional warfare instead of physical violence. Blackmail. Making her the victim of another crime? All of it is up for debate. Last detonation. How will Luna leave? There won't be a whimper when Luna's narrative ends. It's going to be amazing. An enormous, disorderly, and possibly lethal fire of retaliation. She could be arrested. The Lapt might shoot her. She may get away and vanish into the night. Alternatively, she may bring down Will, Electra, Steffy, Hayes, or Poppy, or every one of them. For months to come, the bold and the beautiful will be affected by the impact of her outburst. Finn is going to be destroyed. If Steffy gets hurt or disappears, there will be a huge manhunt. Sheila may be the only one with answers still alive. What about Poppy? After everything is said and done, she will probably be held accountable, humiliated, and shunned. There is no doubt that Lisa Yamada is releasing content that deserves an Emmy. A cautionary tale, a character study in obsession, and a twisted revenge fantasy are all combined in Luna's last days on the show. Her departure is more than simply a story twist. It's a seismic event that will permanently alter the B&B scene. One question still stands as viewers prepare for the impact. Who will survive Luna Nozawa?